Alrighty, guys, welcome back to a brand new episode here on
The ankle.
Hey Ember.
Hello, foodie beauties.
So, Chantal just uploaded, and it looks to be a juicy one, guys. Let me tell you what. The title is Raging About a New Series Being Made About Me. That seems to be a mouthful. It's obviously directly about Mr. Snowflake's new series that's going to be coming out about her. So, yeah. I mean, it is a bit of a longer video, you guys, so I don't want to waste too much time here. But yeah, let's just jump right in. I'm excited.
Hello, foodie beauties.
Hey, Foodie.
Hey, guys, hey. So, today...
Hey, girl, hey. Oh, she's not going to even show her face at all? Dog.
I woke up and chose violence.
Yeah, I thought, we were going to be a devout Muslim woman. We weren't going to do this no more.
This video is going to be me addressing...
I just scratched the side of my nose, guys. Please don't think I was picking. Oh my god.
these dumb documentaries made about me. Well, they're not just about me.
Also, I was painting. I should have done so much better at, cleaning up and whatnot. I look a mess. Fuck.
There are a lot made about other creators as well. I'm doing this because there's a channel that, just like the rest, picks on content creators they see as failures, I guess. And
I don't think it's about necessarily the failure aspect, girl. I think it's more so your personality. But
usually either Amberlynn or I find it weird that a grown man chooses to obsess over the lives of the two same women, basically beating a dead horse. But
I mean, girl, he talks about a lot of other things. Chill out.
Whatever. Speaking of beating dead horses, figuratively, not literally, of course, this new quote-unquote docu-series being made about me will not, by the way, spoiler, will not contain anything new that you haven't heard a million times before.
I mean, yeah, that's maybe not true. Snowflake really does his research and goes in deep, so...
Also
But I think he has quite the task ahead of him, seeing how most of your controversial content has been completely stripped from the internet. There are people that archive it, but there's certain things that you can't even archive onto YouTube because of how bad it is, Chantal.
These few other overly dramatic, embellished bullcrap documentaries. Such as Canadian Horror Story, for example.
Girl, we knew which one you were talking about. You don't even have to say his name.
First off, a documentary is supposed to be educational. There's nothing educational about me.
She's right about that. She is technically correct about that. I'll give her that one. There is nothing to learn from Chantal. Well, I mean, maybe there is. Just like Amberlynn, you can learn certain things from them.
About these videos, because you were only able to make conclusions based on limited information about my life.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, yes, it is limited information, but it kind of isn't. It pertains to what you have portrayed here on the internet. That's the topic of discussion.
What is educational about me eating and telling stories from my past, for example?
Well, girl, you know that's not what he's going to be talking about.
My life is really not that interesting, nor is my content to warrant...
She said that. She said it. Her shit is not entertaining.
3 hours of an in-depth character...
She seems to really be, kind of tanking. I'm not gonna lie. Her last video only got, 9,000 views. Mine got... I think it's a little over 1. But, girl, I got 1/9 of your views, and I'm a much smaller creator. That's very sad.
That these creators fabricate. Not only that, they try to...
Not that views matter. Ugh. Whatever.
Analyze me from what seems to be a psychological approach or, about my eating disorder or other
I don't think it's going to talk about your eating disorder too much. Like, in the grand scheme of the Shaped by the Algorithm series, didn't really talk about her, eating habits all that much.
matters when they're not even qualified to do that. Being some edgelord living in your parents' basement, reading Kiwi Farms
I don't think he lives in his parents' basement. He makes very good money.
all day does not make you a credible source of information. You are not doctors, you are not therapists, and you are certainly not experts.
You're not our doctors. You're not our. It's giving. It's giving. Didn't I say Chantal is in her Shrimpgate era? Here it is.
On my life. So each of these dumb documentaries starts off with some dramatic cinematic intro. Imagine, like, how am I that interesting? Anyway, I guess I'm flattered.
Are you?
So the music is
Sounds like you're a little stressed.
super annoying because it sets the tone of sadness, hopelessness, drama, regret. Again, speculating that we as the subjects feel that way about our lives. Maybe some do, that's their problem. I don't, and here's
Okay, girl, you can have your opinion and other people can have theirs. I don't see why it's necessarily such a big. Ugh.
why. And here's why I don't care if people cancel me, unsub, make 4-hour documentaries about me.
It's literally Shrimpgate.
It's because I know I'm human. I know I'm flawed. Show me one person with a perfect life or past, and I'll shut up. Just one.
We're not saying that there are people like that out there, girl, but a lot of people don't decide to monetize it. That's the thing.
God made obstacles for us as tests. Life is personal and each individual has their own tailored path. So unless, and this is key, unless you are living in that person's shoes or life path, you really cannot say what you would do or how you would react to certain situations.
Okay. I don't think that's what Snowflake does. If you had seen any of the Shaped by the Algorithm, which, like, I don't blame her for not watching it. I don't blame her for not going out and picking up these things. Do I believe she's not? Nah, but whatever. We'll just, for the sake of this argument, we'll go along with she does not watch them. That's not what Snowflake is. So
Because you are not living it. You will always
he's gonna just show exactly what you've shown.
be looking from the
There wasn't too much speculation in the Shaped by the Algorithm series. It was all just exactly what Amberlynn has shown us.
outside in, and that gives you a very limited view. Trust me.
Okay.
Second, I have not done anything so terrible as to warrant that much criticism.
Girl.
I'm sorry, but it's true. People pick apart every little detail, irrelevant, trivial details. If I play a video game I suck at the first time I play it as a first timer amateur, which is normal, that somehow warrants a 5-hour live stream.
No, girl, it's more so what happened during that live, but you're still pretending like someone didn't come in and scream racial slurs at your audience.
Similarly with these documentaries, a 3-hour ordeal on me eating pasta and going on and off diets and
That's not what it's going to be.
talking about my abuser and low-key victim shaming.
I don't know. I don't think it would go to that. I don't think anyone is going to argue that, like, what her, like, Natter and people in the past have done to her was okay. No one's going to argue that, Chantal. Like, people might dislike you and might really, really fucking dislike you. I don't think anyone would wish that on anyone. I feel like most of the reaction channels at the time when that went down were very understanding that, like, this is a bad situation. You need to get out of it, girl. You were the one that kept running back to him, though.
Sorry, former abuser. This new series about to come out, again, this has this ridiculous cinematic trailer, and the first sentence from the intro song
She's heated, dude. She is heated.
they so carefully chose for it.
So she just posted this. Hold on, let's check. Let's check, you guys. What time is it in Kuwait? It's 10 o'clock at night.
Starts with basically, you are the reason your father wasn't there. Nice choice of song. Blaming a child for their father being a deadbeat, absent parent, it's never the child's fault.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't watch the little intro bit, so I don't know, but
I can tell already by the stage that was set with this trailer, this will also be a load of crap series. But nonetheless, it's very lucrative because there's a lot of haters who will eat it up with a fork and spoon. Like I said,
he also has like a really major audience, Chantal. It could bring you some like influx of viewers. It could.
beating a dead horse. We already heard my life story. We already blamed me for dropping the charges, which if you simply use Google, many women in narcissistic abusive situations do that. It's the past. I don't live there anymore. You are reliving someone's trauma and someone's past for your own gain. It's weird and all too common. Anything I have gone through is normal because many have gone through similar things.
Girl. Come on now. A lot of people haven't been through euthanizing their cats because they want to move out of the country. That's a little ridiculous. Like, this just is not a good look. Her and Amberlynn just like perpetually victims.
Getting too drunk and saying things we don't mean. For example, Cuba Rage gets
Well, you decided to do it, girl.
rubbed in my
It's on the internet forever. You're gonna have to deal with the consequences of that.
face like I give a crap that I raged on my abuser after being subjected to a weekend of having my car keys and phone hidden and being pushed into situations I was not comfortable with.
Having your phone hidden, but you had full access to your laptop and you were vlogging. Okay, that makes sense.
The Uvalde incident. I didn't write pumped up kicks, by the way. I didn't attack kids. That is something that gets twisted.
What the fuck? I didn't hear about that. Ew. I don't even want to touch on that.
Again, this is a perfect example. I remember sobbing for them.
Please, Chantal, let's not go down this road. Please. Please.
And mocking the gun culture of the U.S. because it's not a secret that the U.S. has a problem with shooters. There's a shooting every other day. I was also...
Actually, I believe it's every day. Multiple a day, to be honest with you.
Very drunk, and maybe my delivery was in poor taste, but I would never mock
Why would you even start on the conversation if you were drunk, girl?
deceased children. Again, another example of how things get twisted to make...
That reminds me of this one lady that I knew. Every time that she would get either really stoned or really drunk, she would just always talk about 9/11. It's like, I mean, fair. She lived through it. But every time.
I look bad. Well, if people want to believe these things about me, I don't care. Recently, I was accused of giggling while telling a true crime story. Again, to make...
I mean, yeah, girl, I don't know why you would go down the true crime route for, like, your podcast. I'm not going to even entertain that video, you guys. You know I don't do the live streams.
me look like a villain. Giggling because the perpetrator had a funny last name. Not because someone was victimized, you morons.
It's still just not a good look, girl.
My cat's nail situation. Again, I've explained a million times
She's just going through everything. Okay, let's just air it all out, babe.
what happened. I don't care if you don't believe it or not. And I certainly don't care if I'm hated.
It sounds like you do.
I get asked that a lot. Do you care you are so hated? No, of course not. I'm also very loved. And I'm grateful to have experienced everything in my life because I trust in God's plan for me. Let's see what else. Oh yeah,
Is God's plan all these deep breaths too?
people like to throw the fact that as a 15-year-old, I faked an unaliving incident for attention. I
What the fuck?
was very mentally ill. I was
Still are.
admitted to inpatient even, and I had a lot of issues. Again,
Still do.
that was 25 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to necessarily hold something over someone's head that they did as a 15-year-old, but I don't know, Chantal. I don't know as though we've seen a lot of change.
So get out of my face with that. Some of you haven't even been alive that long. Why are you all still ruminating and obsessing over my past
Well, girly, I didn't know half this shit until you just fucking aired it out for me, so thanks.
when it's something I've moved on from?
That's like classic Amber Lynn.
Certain incidents I have learned from and moved on. I grew up. As for the whole thing with Nattered, I don't talk about that at all anymore, if you haven't noticed, for a reason. I've moved on. So should all of you. That was a deeply traumatic
I mean, you have mentioned him, I believe.
time in my life, and the victim shaming and exploiting this situation over and over is gross. It's gross how people don't believe my story, even though there's video evidence of him being an abuser on video. Oh,
Is there? Probably. I know there was times where he said some very questionable things.
and doo-doo, you can keep your
Doo-doo. Oh my god. Are they still together?
abusive, kitchen burning, belly dancing, cigarette money leeching man baby. But anyway, even if no one believes it, I don't care. I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you make
Girl, it sounds like you really do. You made a over 15-minute long video about it.
1,000 crappy documentaries about the same subjects.
She cares.
Most of the information provided for the series was not given by me, someone who's actually lived these experiences, but rather from haters or people with a negative view on my life and personality.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's also what a lot of the content about Amber Lynn out there is about. Snowflake was able to go through and, like, objectively just look at what was being portrayed to him, not like the other ideas that people have.
People think they know me and my past more than I do myself, which is just absurd, for obvious reasons. These documentaries are therefore the least credible sources of information on me out there.
On the out there? Okay.
Yes, sure, I have an eating disorder. I can't follow through with much and blah, blah, blah. We all heard this before.
I don't think that's what the main criticism's going to be.
But I'm still here and I'm still trying and I'm not giving up. Most times you're wrong about me. Comes as no surprise though, seeing as you listen to critics, quote unquote, critics who are big jokes. They say I'm not married, for example, and you believe it. Without proof. Even after I've
Well, there's valid reasons why people don't believe it.
stated that it is not legal for us to live together here if not married. No one listens and stories are made up because I'm not living the reality
Well, we can't even be sure that you are living together, girl.
you have created for me. It doesn't fit your narrative. You were wrong. Most of you still think it's only a matter of time before I return to the dumpster fire life, and some are sick and waiting for this. Some want me back with the abuser for entertainment.
No, that's gross.
Can you imagine? Sounds like a study on yourself would be more interesting. I made some poor choices in life, but I learned from them and I move on. Some I'm still
I don't know as though we've necessarily seen the growth though, girly.
working on.
You just say, oh, I've moved on, and then you go and do shitty things again.
It's my life, my journey.
Plus, you coming on here and doing all this, it's part of the game. It really is. The series hasn't even started yet, and you're already pressed, dude.
All this drama is for nothing. People just still feeding off my past for profit. Another thing people need to knock it off with is this accusing me of exploiting things that happened to me in my life. It's my life. I'm allowed to tell my story. The only one exploiting things at this point are reactors and these dumb documentary makers. The past is the past. Move on. So
Well, I mean, if you're allowed to come on and perpetuate these very nasty, dark things, people can come on and give their opinion on it, girl. It's not just that, oh, we're just re-uploading it and perpetuating the same nonsense. We have completely different narratives than you're putting out.
I'm not allowed to talk about my experiences, but you are allowed to talk about my experiences. Yes, I struggle with problems still in life, but they don't keep me down because why should they?
No, but they impact others.
We were designed to overcome things God throws at us. Read the Quran, it will help you understand these concepts. People try so.
I actually read the Quran when I was younger, and it's a very peaceful book. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot more peaceful than the Bible. I'll tell you that.
Hard every day to bring me down, and it doesn't work, and it never will. Examine your heads and think of why you so desperately want someone to fail. It's a bizarre common ground in Gore World, and that's one of the reasons that community is a pile of dog crap. It exploits the same overweight women, while most of the Gore World people are obsessed, overweight, uneducated, uncultured weirdos. Anyway,
I mean, that's real ironic coming from you, girly.
I wanted to address that, so
go
please
off.
don't ever come and ask me, have you seen the trailer for the new series on You? I don't care. I don't care if I get canceled
Clearly do.
again. I don't care if you don't like my content. I mean, here's an example of...
If she didn't care, she got canceled again, she would just re-upload that live stream the other night straight after it happened. But she didn't. She spent time editing it down.
Another example of Gore World being ridiculous. Most of the reactors can't stand mukbangs, but watch every one I make in a 2-hour live stream. Weirdos, wallah.
Well, I don't watch the live stream, so... Every now and then I'll pop in just to, like, see what's happening or ask a shady question every now and then. But, no, I'm not going to sit through that shit.
Anyway, I'm done giving my opinion on these matters, but to summarize, the outrage and exaggerated contrived drama for views is stupid and entertainment fit
I will say she has a much quicker and larger vocabulary than Amberlynn.
for those with low intelligence. And no, just because I give my opinion on something doesn't mean I'm affected or bothered by it. By that logic, the reactors who talk about every single thing I do and screech about it for 3 hours straight are super bothered then.
A lot of people are bothered by the content that you put out and make money off of. That's fine.
Get asked a lot about my thoughts on all the
And I mean, you have every right to come on here and do this, but don't cry after when, there's repercussions.
criticism, quote unquote, not constructive, most of it, and these are my thoughts. Oh, and by the way, some advice is given out of caring and a good place. I'm not attacking you people. Anyway, I get told a lot my channel is tanking and I'm boring. I don't see it that way. I'm at a different phase in my life, and for me it's exciting. And even if I'm battling health issues and an eating disorder, I'm still grateful for all God has given me, and I don't place my self-worth in the words of Gore World or how much
It seems like you do.
money I make.
It seems like you do.
I saw one of these stupid documentaries talking about Boogie2988, another YouTuber, and
So she's looking directly at Snowflake.
while yes, he has done controversial, not so nice things, sometimes the whole documentary was keeping track of his net worth and how much money he had. He even says he's worthless at one point because he has no money. Money does not determine your worth as a person. The sad
Okay.
music documentary basically making a person seem worthless because they are broke. Maybe
I haven't seen that documentary, so I can't speak on it.
God made him broke to teach him that his net worth is not measured in dollars and
Dude, what? What? So people are poor, it's because of God. Okay. Okay, Foodie.
but that's for him to learn. I will never ever let money affect my emotions or gratitude for life. This is one big thing I've learned in life that has been so valuable to me.
Her just seeing, like, this photo staring into my fucking soul, dog. It's terrifying.
Wealth is not monetary to me at all. At one point when I was making, let's say, $20,000 a month, I still wasn't happy. I blew through it just like Boogie did.
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy.
And I don't care about it even 1% now. How can I regret an experience I needed to happen to learn from it? To learn that value of that money, I had to lose it first. This is how I try to look at life in a positive manner. It's not possible to avoid making human error. The important thing is to realize they will happen and learn from them. If you keep making the same error, you haven't learned how to deal with the problem yet. It's okay.
True. So why do you keep making the same errors?
A, forgive yourself and be patient. Trust and turn to God. He's in control of your life when you can't be. Anyway, you can make 1,908 documentaries about me, as I've said, and my past,
And you're going to watch every single one of them?
and the turd chef, I don't give a flying crap at all anymore. That I promise you. Again, same crap, different dramatic, cinematic intro, all to study a life I've shared openly myself anyway.
You've tried to hide a lot of it, girl.
I always expose myself because I'm not ashamed to be human. I'm not ashamed to admit my life has had many errors and is indeed a speckled axe, but it's also perfectly imperfect. And it is my own, and I can't complain. I have a loving
Did she say imperfectly imperfect?
family, a few good friends, a loving husband. Yes, there's been a scandal and it's not perfect, but we're giving it a chance, and there's so much good besides that, and it's been so good since that. And if it turns out to be the wrong decision, oh well, I'll move on like I always do. We have a car, a condo by the ocean, food, pets, travel experience, the freedom to do whatever we want, to travel, and most importantly, I have my faith. I feel rich in many ways.
Girl, you were ready to ditch that on the side of the road so fucking quickly.
None have to do with money. You can always make money. Money comes and goes.
That is true.
Anyways, thanks for listening. I will end with saying that I will not be watching any of these new series coming out about me or any reactions, which I never watch their videos directly anyway, so.
Directly? What does that mean?
I have better things to do. Heck, even picking my nose and staring at the wall is more productive than watching someone discuss how I
Well, that's what you did for the past week.
stir a pot for 3 hours or how I walk weird. Anyways, guys, see you in the next video. Bye!
Good lord. She really went off. Holy shit. I think she's bothered. I think she's bothered. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I'm gonna get this edited and sent out for you guys. Let me know your thoughts. What do we think? I think she's going to be watching along every fucking episode. But a lot of the criticism she seems to have doesn't really apply to Snowflake. So it's going to be interesting. And I wonder if he'll respond. But yeah. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Like and subscribe. Become a channel member. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.